Hello and welcome to an amazing podcast. This is the Spacefarer D.
This is Modi.
This is not Evangelion Matt.
And we are talking about the final few episodes of Dandadan Season 2, the Kaiju Arc. What did you guys think?
I think I'm like 80% ready to drop the show.
It was because of the mech, wasn't it?
The only thing that's stopping me is like, I feel like it has potential. Like I have some sort of weird hope, right? But it just keeps going nowhere, and it's annoying. And they keep introducing new characters like Quinta. I mean, I love all the characters they introduce, and especially Quinta. But like, relax, you know. And I was like, okay. I was telling myself at the end of this season, like at the end of episode 12, I was like, all right, I think this is like the Quinta arc to like introduce him into the group. If after this they're done with the boring, you know, intro arcs and they actually get on to something interesting, and I'm willing to bear with, you know, the boring plot goal of finding his stupid golden ball as long as something interesting happens. Like, and I feel like there's a potential for that because it has so much potential, right? So I was like, okay, as long as that happens, I think I'll give it like another half season. Like I'll give it another like 5-6 episodes, right? And then at the very end of episode 12, you know, Rei Ayanami shows up and it's like, okay, all right, so now we're gonna have to, I don't know, it seems like she's like it's yet another new character being introduced. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe she's like a villain or something like that. So it's like, I'm just tired, bro. Like I actually really want this show to be good, but it's just like not delivering on what I want. So I'm like so close to dropping it. I'll probably give it like another couple of episodes. This isn't to say that if you guys want to review it, I'm against reviewing it. I'll review it as much as you want. Especially since it's popular.
Wrong answer.
And I can say like it's objectively, even though I don't like it, it's like I don't think it's like objective garbage or trash. So you know, I can bear through it and watch it. But like I'm so close to being done with the show.
I am glad the show isn't built for you, because I don't think I would like the show that is built for you. And you were so dramatic about it being like, I can't bear watching another episode of this. But like,
How dare
you say they're boring.
Okay, wait, hold on.
The episodes are so boring. But like, what do you mean? Like, are you snoozing to?
Literally,
I don't understand
yes, and
you.
also,
I don't understand you.
And also, wait. Okay, I mean, there's so much I want to say, but like, to start with, how can you say I'm being over dramatic? I'm like, it's my opinion. Like I'm telling you how I actually feel. Like I actually
you were bored to tears.
Yeah.
The fact that
and when I say I couldn't bear it, I mean it. Like I can't bear it. Like I mean I can bear it actually. Like I can just barely bear it. You know, like it's just good enough for me to be able to bear it. Like it's just past that threshold.
Damn,
right?
You need that major goal / main villain. Oh my god, dude, you need that bad.
I know, but okay, I don't get.
It's not even just that I need, right? It's because, like I told you, right? There are shows that don't have that and are good, right? Like Gintama. Gintama is like not like, you know, it's exactly like this type of show, right? But it's like, and I think it's like one of the best anime of all time.
God dang, I need to watch Gintama.
Oh yeah, you should, and you would actually really like it too. Like I'm like 100% sure about that. But yeah, it's just like I just don't care. You know, it comes down to that. We've done 3 reviews now, and I've said it every time. Yeah, I just don't care.
I don't understand.
I'm getting Dungeon Meshi flashbacks so hard right now.
I just like the reason why it's so confusing and frustrating is because like I guess it is to just you don't like it, but like I don't understand your reasoning, I guess, for not liking it.
Oh, I mean, do you not know my reasoning, or you just don't understand how I can feel that way?
I mean, is it well? Because like when you describe, you're like,
Because I've explained my reasoning.
I can't believe we had to sit through another boring introduction episode. It's like you're like considering too much about like the meta of where we're at, where it's like these are just filler. It's like what people say like filler episodes,
no,
you know, where it's just like, what do you mean filler episode? Character development is happening here. Oh, I hate the filler episode. Well, where Walter White is like trying to kill a fly, and it's like it's symbolic, you bitch. Sorry, not you. But...
Yeah,
I want that on a t-shirt so badly, you guys.
I understand why you think that, but it's actually kind of the opposite of like the way you're framing it. Because in my mind, me like going out of my way to analyze it and being like, okay, well, this is, you know, a character intro episode. This is me like doing everything in my power to like keep myself here seated in front of the screen. Okay, like this is me trying to talk myself down from jumping out the window. Okay, because I'm like, okay, calm down, it's just an intro episode. Once you know, like once you get past this, all the characters are introduced, the main cast is here, then we can actually get to
you
some
understand
good
why
plot,
that sets yourself
stuff,
up for
right?
failure,
You know?
right? Because you're thinking of it as like this is like just an intro episode instead of like, I don't know, being down there in the episode at the moment, because like each
but the whole
sorry, go on.
Sorry, the whole reason I have to do that is because I can't be immersed in the episode. If I could, I would be. I wouldn't be. You guys know how I am. Like when we watch stuff, right? The stuff that I really like, if you pay attention, my analysis for stuff I really like was just like, oh, peak, like this is great, you know, I love it, you know. It's like it's never like that sophisticated, right? I have to get into my sophistication mode when I don't like something, but I have to sit there and watch it anyway, because I have to be like, okay. I have to do like the craziest mental gymnastics and rationalizations to keep myself in the seat like that. That's what it is. It's like the opposite of what you're saying.
Question: what could it do differently to get you invested?
What could it do that's easy to answer. Have more interesting stakes. Stakes that I actually care about. I think like that's like the simplest answer that would solve most of the problems for me. Like I don't really care. Like I don't feel any tension between the Momo and what's his name? Okaroon romance. I don't feel any tension from that. I don't feel like what's her name, Ira, poses any danger to to Momo, and I don't feel like Gigi poses any danger to what's his name, Okaroon. I truly, genuinely don't care about him finding his golden ball, and I don't understand why anyone else does. The only thing that's good about this show is the visuals and the comedy. It actually genuinely has some funny moments. And the action is good, but like the action is also not good because I don't care about the context that the action is taking place in.
Right. And it also goes back to the whole thing of like, it's hard to get invested. I can imagine it's probably even harder to get invested with it because like, even though like it's perceived as like life or death stakes, you pretty much know none of them are going to die either. Am I right?
Yeah. I never really, yeah, exactly.
But like, how do you watch any other show like this, though? Like, how do you watch any other show and you're like, well, you see, I couldn't get like invested in Luffy wanting to become a king of the pirates because I didn't find Luffy's goal believable, and I didn't like his relationship with the people, and I think I didn't believe that he was going to die because he's the main character in the show.
Counterpoint for
I don't really
like
understand. Sorry.
I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong about this, Modi, but like, I think One Piece works because they do have that really huge major goal of like, oh, I want to become the world's greatest pirate. I want to become the world's like #1 swordsman is a lot more like engaging than like, oh, I want to get my ball back. Like, okay, let me ask you a question. if Okarun's dream was to become king of the aliens, to be the greatest intergalactic explorer ever, and he needed like to collect the 2 golden balls to like level up to make it out into outer space, how would you feel about that?
That would be way more intriguing, but like if that was literally the only difference, it wouldn't be enough to make me like the show. Like if
Dang.
that was the only if that was what was needed, but everything else stayed the same, like the content of all the episodes we've watched so far stayed the same, it wouldn't change my mind. Like I would be, all it would do is just give me like a little bit more motivation to stick around a little longer. But I feel like I would, I said right now I'm at 80%. If that was a goal, I would probably be like at 70%.
I'm starting to also
I would
think
still very much want to drop the show at this point, at least after like, it's how many episodes? It's been like 24, 23. Like,
Yeah, it's amazing the
24.
amount of stuff they've done and how great it's been in those 24 episodes.
I feel like it's amazing how little has happened.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
I get the I have a conspiracy theory that you just hate cute anime, like you hated you don't like Dandadan and you didn't like Dungeon Meshi, and I think those were the most cutesy shows we've watched so far.
I mean, but I complimented the visuals of both.
I think you just don't like
gonna
it.
And I mean, there's a lot of cutesy stuff I like. I mean, that's not really the issue here.
I don't think you
At least
like
here.
real
for this.
character development or real character drama. I think it's. I don't think you like the real, like when they actually explore characters. I think.
I mean, you're wrong.
Matt, real quick, what do you think of? How did you feel about these last couple of episodes?
I thought they were great. I had the prediction that I didn't like. What was his name? Kinta.
Mm-hmm.
The Gundam nerd.
Yeah.
I had the prediction that like I don't like him right now, but I'll probably like him, and I thought this was a great kind of way to do his character. And I'm interested to see what the dynamics like with him and the rest of the group are going to be, and I'm excited to see what they do with this new character because I don't know anything about her. But I just like they've done so well with every other character they introduce, like even like the minor characters, like the random like mantis guy, the crab punchy guy. Like I really enjoyed the fact that they brought him in and they decided to do more stuff with his character, which made it interesting. I like how they called back on the whole like way they made their house to make like a big like Gundam arc that was like fun, and it's not only that, but like the art in this show is like so much better, I think, than almost like anything we've watched.
Yeah.
And like not even just like on the technical level, but it's just got such great like composition and like style to it that I think like I would much prefer the art in this show than like I think anything we watched on this show or on this podcast YouTube channel. I don't know.
Nice. I would definitely say I really enjoyed these episodes as well. I really enjoy the character dynamics in this show so much. I love that they brought in like Evil Eye for this arc, but only for him to absolutely do nothing and just be a like bratty kid for a couple of like scenes. I really enjoyed the moment near the end of the fight where he's just on a rooftop screaming at like Okarun.
He's so funny in a lot of the shots where he's just like underneath the table and he's crawling around. He's like drawing eyes into the sand or whatever.
I want to kill.
He's just like a petulant child the whole time. It's a fun dynamic to throw on Okarun, and like to the point where it's like I want to see all these characters interact with each other. Like I want each of them to have like moments with each other because I think that it's just so interesting to see how they interact.
Yeah. Like I love how like you know what? That was the most this is the most I've ever felt for Evil Eye, okay? Kid just wanted to murder something, all right? You could at least give him one, all right? He's been waiting all week. That's a lot. Oh, like 7 days to wait to attempt to murder something, that's a long time, okay?
Do you guys do you guys think that Evil Eye could 1v1 the kaiju?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because you saw how like he just threw the backpack with so much force that it knocked it off balance.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about like the power scaling dynamics because we saw that what's his name, Evil Eye is obviously super strong.
Yeah.
And then it took literally all the rest of them to take down that one kaiju. And it seemed like Evil Eye wasn't even having that much of a problem with the kaiju when like he interacted with it for just a little bit. So it would be kind of crazy though if Evil Eye is like equal to all of them combined, you know?
It might be a thing where it's like the kaiju, and I think we'll learn more about this once we actually learn more about the characters piloting it. I think the kaiju might have been able to like kind of outsmart him. Especially the fact that, like, I don't know if he would have figured out how to deal with, like, the whole stealth thing. It's, like, possible, and I think it's an interesting restriction to put on him, where it's, like, he can't fight anyone but Okarun, because, like, the moment they start to teach him that it's okay to, like, fight other enemies, he might just start, like, going around killing people. It's like, they have to deal with a character who's got, like, a childlike intelligence, or, like, as if they were like training like a dog or something, where it's like if I feed him around the table, he's going to keep coming back to the table expecting food.
Right.
But it's also a little bit confusing too, because if like he can only fight if he's fighting Okarun, that kind of implies that they're like at similar power levels, like strength levels, right? But then if that's the case, why did Okarun need everyone else's help to take down the kaiju? You know what I mean?
So, I don't think Okarun is on the same level as Evil Eye. Because remember, like, when they fought, he didn't, like, fight Evil Eye to a standstill. He just pretended to quit because he was most likely out of energy. And he just rage baited him into, like, agreeing to, like, wait a week to fight him again. Like, so, you could argue that, like, if that was a fight to the death, like, Evil Eye would have probably won.
Yeah, of course. I'm not denying that. But my question is what I'm interested in is knowing how long would that fight would have lasted. You know what I mean? Is it like a super low diff, 10-second fight? Or is it like a high diff, something that takes like 15 minutes and, he just barely manages to beat him? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, really, what are the relative strength levels?
Between Kaiju and
I think
Evil Eye?
It would be Evil Eye and Okarun.
Oh, Evil Eye and Okarun, okay.
I think it would be a high div fight because, like, we see that, like, Okarun was able to, like, knock him out, but he was pretty much out of commission for the rest, like, way before, like, we saw in, like, the first arc, Evil Eye recovered from their fight way faster than Okarun was able to. So I feel like Okarun would be able to do a lot of damage, but he wouldn't be able to end the fight.
I mean, it might be able to last but yeah.
But then, so this brings me back to my original. Maybe I should just drop this because it's not like this is Hunter x Hunter or something where like I know Togashi cares about this stuff, but I'm doubting that the author of Dandadan cares about this stuff. But like, yeah, so like if there's like I said before, like if they're similar in power levels, Okarun and what's his name, Gigi, like similar enough that it would be high diff, then you wouldn't like, I don't know, it's weird that Okarun had so much trouble with the kaiju, but like I said, I'm sure the author is probably not thinking about that type of stuff.
Well, they're able to outsmart Evil Eye because his main, I think, weakness is the fact that he's like a little kid,
right?
Whereas, like,
yeah, I mean, I
don't think they could just feed the kaiju and it turns harmless or whatever.
Right.
Just like any other enemy they fight against. Like the reason they can deal with him is because he's like manageable,
I'll also give like more credit to like Okarun. Like we established that like his energy does have like a set stockpile. And I think I can find him having trouble against the giant version so much more believable because you could say he burnt a lot of his energy when it was like human sized.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, just like we can say the new character, is his name Kento? What was his name again?
Yeah.
I
think it's like Kento.
Like, I'm sure he's going to be in the future useful against like giant kaiju type enemies. Whereas like if you have someone like, I bet you Evil Eye would be able to like wreck him immediately.
I really hope that's not
Yeah.
that's not like his bag, because like for one, like kaiju enemies aren't that interesting to me to begin with, but that's fine, not a big deal. But like more importantly, if that's like his only thing that he can do, then he's pretty much he's pretty much useless, right? Unless they're fighting a kaiju. And if, the writer would want him to not be useless, then it would be like, kaiju fights every episode.
I
don't know. So I doubt that it would be like exclusively kaiju type thing. I'm gonna guess that it's probably gonna be like a science, like a anything high tech. Yeah. He's like, that's like his specialty.
Yeah, maybe you could have his like own Iron Man armor type of thing, where it's just like.
I was gonna say,
that would be interesting.
I would laugh so hard if like right after they finish like rebuilding their house, Momo realizes that her toilet and a few bedrooms are missing because he like stole a bunch of it to like build his own suit.
Why aren't the aliens using this shit more, man? I guess it really is dependent on the imagination of the person like using it, but it sounds like these like blocks sound very powerful.
Oh my god, I really love the fight because one of the things I really loved about it is it's like right before like they go, like they all team up against the kaiju, and like Kinta's just been flying around, flopping around, and this is like it's like right after the scene where like he puts Momo and Ira on mute, and it's like they're going through the whole like acrobatic fight scene, and to my head I was like, oh my god, Ira and Momo have to be wrecked right now. And the fact that they actually called back to that, them like puking their guts out because they've just been bouncing around like they're in a freaking dryer. I love that so much.
D, did you feel any connection to Kinta?
Yes, very much, very much. Listen.
Oh yeah, that's true because you're a giant robot nerd too.
Yes. Okay. The appropriate term is mecha enthusiast. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
my bad.
The fact that this guy was able to live his dream of controlling a giant robot, and that giant robot having sunglasses, 100%, 100%. My only critique, and this is a nitpick, I think this show would have been way funnier if it took place in America and they had a giant mecha Jesus fighting Godzilla. Only critique.
I was so concerned at first. They resolved this at the end of the episode, but like they were just like throwing around buildings and stuff like that. I'm like, there's where all the people go? They must be so dead. But then I realized they got like teleported into
domain expansion,
the spirit dimension, or they got. Man, I wanted to make a Jujutsu Kaisen joke, but yeah.
Yeah, domain
Is
expansion.
it just me, or did they not explain that at all?
They explained it.
They did.
Kind of.
Oh, okay.
So you guys.
Because I was like you, like those last two episodes, like the entire time, I was like, is there no law enforcement? Are there no civilians? Like, what's happening here? But okay.
Right. So a couple of things. The first thing, when they did like in like the second episode, when they were fighting like that sumo wrestler alien, they established that like certain psychic type like folks have like domain expansion, so they can trap them inside of barriers to like try to like stop them from running away. And I assume like. I think they mentioned that the kaiju was doing the same thing during this fight. But I love how, like, after the fight ended and the suit was just, like, in the middle of the city, an entire mob just started chasing after, like, Okaroon and Gigi, trying to, like, just take pictures of them.
That was funny.
They outran their asses.
Yeah.
They've been training.
And they were carrying a giant, heavy, like, high-tech battle suit.
Because the same thing kind of happened with, like the Loch Ness Monster, where they were like they were like kind of transported to like a different dimension, because like the school wasn't actually filling with water or whatever. So I just kind of assume, I guess it's happening with like most of these fights.
Mm-hmm. Wow, those monsters and aliens are so considerate. They
seriously
create their own pocket dimensions so they don't have to, hurt people and have collateral damage.
I mean, maybe it's to not call as much attention to themselves. I'm not sure why it happens. Or
listen, you got, like, as Earthlings, we are used to, like, destroying our own shit. These people are guests to this planet, alright? They're courteous. They know, like, when you walk into someone else's house, you don't just, like, poop all over their carpet, alright?
Yeah, exactly.
I will say, like, I also really freaking love the final design of, like, the mech with, like, it being supported with, like, Momo's powers and then it having, like, Ira's hair, like, controlling it. I thought that was really cool.
It all gets all fucked up, too, so it looks more, looks cooler.
Mm-hmm. Or, like, them turning it into, like, a flying saucer to, like, get it out of town before anyone else noticed.
And it's like the three of them are, like, controlling it at once, so it, like, transforms into, like, 3 completely different things, even by the time it, like, lands in the house, or lands as the house. And then also, the bit where the alien kisses Okarun, and, like, the house explodes because she's still... Is Ira dead? Did they kill her? I think she was still in the house.
I would love it if they, like... for season 3, they start off right at, like, that moment, and then a few, like, beats afterwards, you just see her smoldering body just, like, face plant back down to the ground.
It's like a smash cut to, like, them in the hospital with it.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So Ray is going to be replacing Ira.
No, I think Ira's fine. I don't think they would kill her off of the visual guide.
That'd be funny if she was in the hospital for, like, the next arc. Like, it's like a Ray, like, versus Momo arc, and she's in the hospital because she just got exploded.
I haven't... But, okay. Like, there's surely... Like, surely she kissed him for, like, alien reasons, and, like, not for, I'm gonna immediately, like, kiss this guy.
Right. I will say, though, this is something I will say against Dandadan, and this is something I don't really like about it so far. And I feel like a lot of the female characters serve a singular purpose of being, like, competition for Momo. Because, like... Yeah. Ira wants to get with Okarun, the alien's probably going to be doing, like, something similar. Whereas, what I like how they handle, like, the male characters is they all have their own unique things going on. And they're less, like... I feel like they're clashing with each other based on, like, what their individual personalities are, and less because they're trying to, like, get with Momo. Honestly, one thing I would really hope they do in the future with this is... This is, of all the shows we've watched, I feel like shipping could work really well with this, because I would like to see, like, the other, like, one-on-one dynamics with the other characters. Like, what happens when, like, Kenta has to hang out with Ira, or, like, what happens when they have, like, an all-boy arc or something like that?
I do think it would serve the show well to have, like, a couple arcs that, like, maybe focus on, like, a dynamic between the side characters. And maybe give, like, Okarun and Momo, like, a rest. Like, you could have, like a Gigi, Ira, Kenta, like, episode just, like, focused on the, you know, or something that's like that. See, because, like you said, right now, all their dynamics seems very focused on the main 2 characters, and I feel like it needs, like, a little bit more development with how they interact with each other. Because it's a friend group, you know, it's not just the Okarun harem. Even, like, Gigi might be, I think he's more gunning for Okarun than any of than Momo.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. Yeah.
See, I would love it if they played on the whole, like, catty female trope and, like, had, like, Gigi, Okarun, and, like, Kenta go on, like, a big 26 episode long arc. And then when they get back to, like, the house, it's just been revealed that they're, like, all the female characters have just been in a giant cat fight for the last week.
Oh my god. I mean, we don't know. Again, we don't know what this alien girl's deal is, so maybe she'll have her own thing that's not involving Okarun. Who knows?
See, if I had to make a prediction, it's going to be the kind of thing where she won't be actively pursuing Okarun, but it's going to be one of those, like, misunderstanding things where it's just, like, Momo sees her as, like, oh man, she kissed them. Right. She's this crazy alien chick. He loves aliens. How can I, like, compete with this?
You know what I realized? Something that would make the show actually a lot more enjoyable is if Okaroon and Momo just got together already, because I feel like there's actually a lot more interesting stuff that could be portrayed if the show was about them like being like, you know, young teenagers, kids, whatever, in a relationship, in their first relationship, trying to navigate that while doing all this stuff. That's actually pretty unique, at least for like, you know, shonen battle series.
Right.
Because as it is now, it's just like so obvious, you know, it's like literally obvious to every single person except, I feel like even Okaroon and Momo know that they like each other, but they're just not doing anything about it, which is very annoying.
Right.
It's like not crazy or unrealistic or anything, but it's just annoying because everyone, including the viewers, know. And like, I don't want to see another series of like the two main love, what's the word?
Love interest.
The love interests, like their relationship, just like, you know, waiting until the very end for it to happen. Because you know what's going to happen anyway. Like, at least if there was like some doubt or tension, then it's like, okay, right? Like, it's fine for the show to be about that. Will they, won't they? But there's no tension at all. So just like get together already and make the show about them just being together. You know, like
just
you could even
already.
still, you could even still have like the whole dynamic of like, what's her name?
Ira?
Not Ira, Momo. Being jealous of Ira, you know, and all the other girls, right? And vice versa with Okaroon and Gigi. You could still have that, and they're just together. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, no, I agree. I think a good way, especially, I don't think the show's gotten stale yet, but if it gets to the point, a good way to do it is just have them be together, and then you could have, like, relationship drama, but they're in a relationship, you know, because there's always struggles when you're in a relationship. But like, you could just start having them date or whatever, and then like you could even do interesting stuff with Ira.
You could even have them break
like,
up.
Yeah, you could have a breakup thing, or you could do you know whatever. Like, I think I think I agree with that. I just think I feel like even though it's obvious, I still think it's really about, you know, the journey where it's just like it is about like watching it progress instead of being like, well, I know what this is, so it's useless. It's like, well, most
but like,
shows, you know, where they're gonna go, but like it's still interesting to see how the characters adapt. And I feel like it's not totally unrealistic for two people who like each other, especially kids who like each other, who like aren't able to like are too immature to like display those emotions properly. But I can kind of get your I can get your frustration, because since a lot of annoying shows really like draw this stuff out.
I feel like a lesser show, like if if the writing for this show was slightly weaker, I would have a hard time getting through it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, the writing for the show is what it is, and I'm already having a hard time. So, yeah, I can see that.
I have a way to frame this that'll make you like it. Okay.
Okay. Please.
So, them getting in a relationship is their version of becoming king of the pirates. And the big bad of the season is them being immature teens and relationship drama. How does that?
You can't punch that, Matt. You can't punch
you
that.
You can't emotionally.
Wait a minute. Dandadan just became a 10 out of 10. What's happening?
The real One Piece was not the fringe you made along the way, god dang it.
I feel like typically, though, I do like the way this show handles the relationship, because it feels a lot more grounded to me. Because I feel like a lot of other anime that I've seen, they're like, well, we have the girl character who likes the guy character, and like that's the extent of that like idea. Because they don't like really give the other character much of like a voice other than she like really likes the main guy, and like or like give her anything else to really do or much of a personality. So like
Yeah.
having a show that's be able like to look at those relationships and still like do some interesting stuff with it, even if it's like, you know, some annoying like love triangle stuff. Although it's not even like a love triangle, because Okarun has been consistently wanting Momo, and like they've not even like had him. I don't even think he's had a moment where he's like, actually, I'd rather like Ira, or you know. But yeah.
Anything else, you guys?
Yeah, I wanted to respond to what Matt just said, but I actually forgot about you. You were saying something at the beginning that I forgot. I missed it. So
Is it about
fine,
like
so I guess
other anime not really doing the relationship stuff well?
oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, you're so wrong about that. You're
Like
so
what?
wrong. About
Give
that.
me an example.
All that means is you just haven't seen like romance anime, because there's a whole genre.
No, I'm saying within this genre. Within this genre.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay, I
like it's
see.
like any
Okay,
other
and you're
shonen
saying
or
within
battle
this genre-
stuff. Like that, I don't feel like it's, the relationship stuff isn't like like is hardly a focus, and they're out of like pure like
Yes.
checking off like
Okay.
checklists, or we have a girl character, we don't know how to develop her, so let's just like make her attracted to the main
Got
the
you.
main
Hey,
And
hey.
okay, I can agree.
Hold up.
I can agree, but I feel like this Dandadan is only like slightly like the barest tier above that. And that would
I
actually
I'd disagree with that.
and that
Yeah.
would yeah, okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So and that would itself would be fine. But the fact that there's like literally two, maybe I'm wrong and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I can tell, there's like two major plot lines, and one of them is the ball and the other is the romance. And so like if the romance is not going to be interesting, and we can have that argument about why the romance isn't interesting, then that's like 50% of the show's plot lines right there.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I will say, comparing this to like other shonen, I would say this is way above the rest.
Yeah,
like
no,
in
okay,
Dragon
no.
Ball Z,
Listen, it's like it's like saying, maybe we're not even disagreeing. Actually, what I think what you guys are saying is that this is like way better than most shonen battle anime in terms of romance, and I don't disagree with that. I'm saying that doesn't make it anywhere near good. Like it's like,
Yeah,
it's like for me, it's like I'm talking about like a scale of in terms of romance from 0 to 10, right? 10 being the greatest, and and 0 being absolute worst, right? The average Shonen Jump battle series is going to be 0. This is a 1. It's like it's
Okay,
100.
still
It's 100% better. It's 100% better than every other shonen anime, but it's
that's
a
not
1.
saying much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, 'cause I was saying the same thing. Whereas I think like you're right, we're saying the same thing, but we're saying it on like different scales. So like, if we're talking like for me, it's like on a scale to, I would say this is 25 times better than your average shonen like romance. But I would say the average shonen romance is probably like a 5 out of 100 or something like that. I still think this is good, but I don't watch like romance, so I wouldn't be a big authority on this. But just for the fact of the main characters for the first season of this show have more like grounded interactions with each other than, I'm gonna say, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, all combined, then yeah.
I still find the framing of this a little bit like the way you're presenting this show a little bit off, because of course there's like some romances that are like their primary goal is I'm going to tell like a romance story, and that's
Right.
more time is given to that. I don't think this show. I feel like it's kind of half like mythology / like fighting stuff. Like a lot of like the kind of theming of like fitting in different parts of like sci-fi and like cryptids and spirits and stuff like that, like exploring like a world of that and how the characters interact with it. And also the other half of it is like a bunch of like weirdos like developing relationships with each other, whether that be like romantic or friendships or something, because it's not like the Momo and Okarun stuff does take like a good portion of the time, but they also have characters outside of it. They also have friendships outside of it. Like at the start of the season, we were getting the whole stuff between like Okarun and Gigi, and that like develops as the show goes on, and the romance is just like another aspect of that. So I feel like it's like unfair to even say like Ira's character is completely just, she's also interested in Okarun when she's got like her own other things like happening with her character. And I feel like it does that stuff very well.
Actually, what is happening with the character? I forgot. Besides the Okarun stuff,
she's like,
what's up with her?
Dealing with like kind of being an outsider, both in this group and also like in like her like old life of just like being the popular girl.
I feel like we haven't. Maybe I'm wrong. I have a bad memory. I feel like we haven't seen much of that.
We've seen like we haven't seen as much of that like this season, but I still feel like we've seen some of it.
I would say like in terms of like character stuff, I think one thing I do find interesting, I definitely feel like Ira has a superiority complex that she's definitely like working through, and I do think it does kind of like her being an outcast kind of also works due to the fact that she just outed herself as like lying about like Momo and everything during like the first season. So I think it works pretty well.
Okay. Yeah, so to respond to you, Matt, I think what you're trying to say, and tell me if I'm like mischaracterizing you or whatever, but it seems like what you're trying to say is I'm saying that half the show is like battle stuff and the other half is the romance. You're saying that half the show is battle stuff and the other half isn't romance, but it's like more character development, dynamics, interactions, and the romance is part of that. So before I go on, is that what you're trying to say?
If anything, I'd say it's maybe the bigger aspect of the two. It's just like a lot of the focus is on the character like interactions and even the stories, or even just like humanizing like. That also includes like the monsters they fight, where it's just like we get to like learn more about the monsters and like, you know, what their whole deal is and how like the characters solve it, like not through like necessarily punching the shit out of them, which there is plenty of that, but also like finding ways to like appeal to their I guess humanity, for lack of a better term. But like just a lot of like character stuff. Yeah, sorry, go on.
If you had to like put a number on it, like the romance plot line matters X% to the show, how much would you put it at?
I think it matters a lot still, but I still think it's like
over 50, or like over. When you say a lot, do you mean like over 50 or over 25, or like what do you mean by a lot?
Maybe 30?
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like it depends how you want to. I still feel like the dynamic between Okarun and Momo is like the most important one. But like there's more to it than just their romance, I think. I think a show could easily work just as well as if they just were friends the whole time. But like that development of their friendship into a romance is a part of like the story they're telling.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, so if you're just gonna say that it's an important plot line, I would agree with you. And my whole point is just that if I go back to like the example I was talking about earlier with like rating a romance plot line from like 0 to 10, let's actually make let's make the lowest possible score a 1 out of 10, right? So basically what I'm saying is, for like a lot of these battle series, right, these shonen battle series, their romance plot lines are like 1 out of 10s most of the time, right? But that's okay, because I would say the romance plot line is almost like irrelevant to this, almost, not completely, but almost irrelevant to the story, like 5% of what actually matters to the story, right?
You're being generous.
Probably, right? For some series, I'm definitely being generous, for sure. And then, but for Dandadan, right? My issue with it, if we were going to get like this, you know, mid-ass romance, right? That is like, I would rate this at like a 2 out of 10. Maybe I'll be generous and give it like a 3 out of 10. That would also be okay if it wasn't such an important part of this series. Like if it was just like a minuscule part of the series, like most other shows, then it would be like, okay, the fact that the romance is not really that, what's the word? Deep, or not deep. Deep's not the word, but like
complex.
Not complex either, but just like the fact that the romance is just like very boring and basic would be okay, because it wouldn't be like a major part of the show like most shonen battle series. But where Dandadan diverts is that, sure, it has way better romance than most shonen battle series, but it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that entertaining in itself, and it's still like it's a major part of the series.
Why are the character interactions and the relationships mid and shallow to you in the show?
That's not what I said. I said the romances.
But then that's my point, though. I don't think it's just the romances. I think if you're going to, because I also don't think the romances. Okay, well,
that's why I was asking. Yeah, I see what you're saying, and that's why I was asking, like, for you to give like a percentage of how important it is, so I could like gauge like what, you know, how you actually feel about it. But it's hard for me to like counter argue or like explain to you what I'm trying to say if I don't actually really know how you see like the level of importance of the romance versus the other character dynamic interactions, you know, versus the battle parts and all that stuff.
Well, okay, like all the combat in the show is in service for the characters to grow with each other and to interact with each other. Like if you take a comparison and you look at like, I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen, and like I think I don't feel like a lot of like characters are developed through the fights they have in a way that changes the way that they interact with the other characters. Like I feel like the fights kind of serve more as like a physical milestone rather than like Yuji thinks differently about Salmon Guy, you know, or has like a deeper understanding of Salmon Guy, and that's like kind of the different aspects of those two shows that I feel like this one handles well, and I'm like, I understand that Jujutsu Kaisen's like doing something like different. I can't remember where I'm going with this, but like I guess like that's my point, is like I feel like the priority of the show is to build out character relationships. And
okay,
not
you know what? I can agree with
that.
Ones. I can agree with that. And if that's true, then this actually isn't really a battle series, truly. It's like something else with like a battle series skin, which is fine. And it's not even like the first thing that's done that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really change how I feel, which is that if what you're saying is true, that, you know, the battle aspects are really only there to be in service to the character development, then I feel like that's even worse because it's not working.
Well, it's not working to you, but I don't know. I don't know how you qualify.
It's like I'm not interested. Yeah.
I don't know how you qualify it being mid and shallow though.
Oh, I mean, okay. When it comes to the romance, I think it's mid and shallow because it's repetitive. Now, like I said before, I'm not saying it's not realistic. I just think it's not entertaining. And it's just like the same thing over and over again. You were talking about how like there's other stuff out there that that focuses like on the journey of like from them not being together to them being together. And you're like, that kind of stuff is kind of stale. But like that kind of stuff can be interesting. I think this just does it in a boring way.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's I don't even think it's repetitive though. Like I feel like it's like oh, I don't know. Like it's just like, oh, we like one of us, gets an inkling that the other likes them, and then nothing happens, and then vice versa. It's like, okay, like get on with it, like, or at least do something more. Like those other series that's what the series is about. When they introduce like those characters who are supposed to be like, the homewreckers or however you want to call it or whatever, they do a much better job of like bringing tension into it, but these ones don't. But that was kind of like, if you want to take example, when Gigi first enters the picture, both Okarun and the audience think, oh great, here's the homewrecker. He's coming in and he's like the hot ex boyfriend of Momo, and it was her like first like boyfriend, and like Okarun hates him immediately because he represents like a kind of competition to like Momo's affection, and we as the audience hate him because he's getting in the way of their dynamic. But as that arc progresses, we like start to learn more about Gigi and how he's like a lot more complicated than just the romantic rival to Okarun, and we soon like move past that, and Gigi becomes like his own character, and we start to like form a friendship between like Okarun and Gigi, if that makes sense. Like it's like it initially presents itself as shallow. It becomes more complicated because they're characters that have. I
wouldn't necessarily characterize it like that, but that's fine. But like essentially, though, what you're saying is that like when it gets more complicated, you're talking about that's like the intrigue is then essentially Okarun and Gigi's relationship. What is it about Okarun and Gigi's relationship? They're like, oh, I can't wait to see how this plays out. Mm-hmm. I'm asking. Like, I'm not asking rhetorically. I'm actually asking.
We as the audience, alongside Okarun, are like discovering more about like Gigi and his past. Like in addition to, like why he is the way he is, how he interacts with Evil Eye, like that kind of stuff. Sorry, I'm not very like articulate today, but like,
Okay. All right.
You guys ready for final ratings?
Yeah. Let's do final ratings. It's gone on almost an hour now. Okay. You want to go first?
Sure. So I would say my final rating for this season, I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. A lot of really good action, a lot of really good character designs, a lot of really good animation, and all in all, a really good time. Fuck, I did 8 out of 10. I meant great out of my scale. So it's a great out of masterpiece.
Yeah, I forgot you have a new scale. Mm-hmm. Okay, so for me, I think this season, first of all, great, beautiful character designs, great art, great execution of that, great animation, just beautiful visually, very charismatic cast. Every single character is like so likable. And what else good? Okay, I don't think I can think of anything. Oh, the character dynamics are funny. It's a funny show. Not the funniest, but it's funny. It got me to laugh sometimes, and yeah, I said the character dynamics are good. I actually don't agree. I actually don't think that. I just think that it's funny. All right, and then bad parts is that it is boring. Plot is not appeal. I mean, the premise is not that. No, the premise is appealing. The main plot goal is not appealing. The character interactions, although the characters themselves are likable, the character interactions, none of it makes me interested to like see more necessarily. And I don't really actually care to learn more about most of the characters, except maybe Okarun. I want to learn a little bit more about him. Mainly, I want to know what's up with his parents, but I wouldn't be surprised if we never find that out. Okay, so then overall rating, I would give it. I want to, my heart wants to say 4.5 out of 10.
Dang.
Or 4 out of 10, but I'll say 5. I'll say 5 out of 10. I feel like I'm just being mean, so I'll give it a 5.
Skill issue. That's a problem with my opponent here today, audience, is that every time he's presented with a good thing, with good writing, he has to remember that he's a fan of anime. And he has to lower his standard. I'm being mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean that.
I mean, yeah, I know.
The evil reviewer devil took over me for a second. I really like this show. I like how they handle the characters. I like the art is incredible. I'm a big fan of like cryptids and mythology and stuff like that. And I appreciate how it's integrated into the show. I like the way that they kind of almost like reinvent like different mythology and then like really explore like the ideas around it. And I would give this a peak, since I have a rating system of peak or mid, and this is peak. And that's
all right.
That's where I'm going with that.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Actually, there's one more thing I want to say, which is if there's anything about this that's like a little frustrating to me is the fact that I know my opinion is like such a minority opinion. Like, I just want to know. I don't mind being in the minority, but what I mind is not knowing if there's anyone else who sees it the same way I do. I would really want to see if anyone else does, but I don't know if I ever will because everyone knows.
I feel like I've seen it though. I feel like I've seen people watch shows. Same thing was happening when like Andor came out and stuff like that, where people were like, "It's not real Star Wars. Where's all the laser guns and whatever?" And it's like the minority opinions I think exist out there. Because like this, no one, I don't think there's ever been like a show in existence where everyone is like unanimously like, yes, this is amazing and I enjoy this and this is and we all agree on this thing, because you are going to get stuff where it's just like not my cup of tea or something, and that there's definitely a lot of people who have your same interests, who are also like, yeah, this doesn't like fulfill my interests or like doesn't grip me the same way it does like other people. And I feel like that's completely fine, because like, what are you gonna say? Like, no, it should have gripped your interests,
Yeah, I wanna find those people. I decided as soon as we get off, I'm gonna Google Dandadan is bad, and I'm gonna
right. That's a healthy
I'm
way
gonna see
to
everyone. Dandadan is bad. Reddit, and then I'm gonna see everyone who agrees with me.
Guys, a great way of engaging with the world, I think, is if you ever see something that conflicts your worldview, and this is even outside of watching media. If you find something that conflicts your worldview, look up on Google the opposite thing or whatever, and then just like find the thing that agrees with your worldview and stick with that. I think it's a good way of interacting with the world.
The best way.
It's the best way, yeah. Like, actually, I don't want to make a broader joke. You know what I mean? Like, the moon isn't real, right? And if you just look up the moon isn't real, I'm sure you could find plenty of sources that agree with you.
Everyone knows the moon is just a UFO, Matt, alright? Stop with your unhinged conspiracy theories that it's a giant rock.
Well, I prefer it being a big hunk of cheese.
Oh my god.
Oh, so I thought it was just like a really big ball of nanomaterial. All right, so thanks for watching. That's been our review of episodes 11 through 12. Actually, really all of season 2 of Dandadan. Come back next time. We'll be continuing with Gachi Yakuta and probably some other anime from this season.
Yep.
And thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.